guys, girls, subscribers. Today we're going to be starting off on a three-part series with some fixed blade knives. We're looking for cheap, but also effective.
High value, mostly.
High value, good quality blades that...
Something that's not going to let you down.
Yeah, something that won't break, something that won't dull too much, and something that will actually work and not cost you an arm and a leg.
Or a foot.
Or a foot, feet.
You could do a finger.
I mean, fingers, you're probably going to lose a finger if you use some of these knives, but that's besides the point. Alright, so today we're starting off with fixed blade knives, and we'll talk to you about folding knives and multi-tools later on. But today, just fixed.
So, the first knife we're going to be talking about is something that's available at Walmart.
Coleman.
It is the Coleman fixed blade knife. They don't really have a real, elaborate name for it or anything.
Nothing fancy, it's just, it's Coleman.
Yeah, just a Coleman knife. I think Ozark Trail also makes the same exact one.
Yeah, same price too, basically.
But they're sold at Walmart. You can also buy them online. This is Pat's knife.
Yeah, on the Mountain Greylock trip I actually used this, and it was alright, but as you can see, it's fucking huge.
It's massive.
Yeah, you could probably kill a velociraptor with this.
But some positives for it. One, really sturdy handle.
Yeah.
So jimping on top, it locks your hand in. I'm not crazy about it. I don't know. It's just stainless steel. It's not really good steel.
Yeah, I've sharpened it. Well, on the Greylock trip, I sharpened it before. Didn't really use it for much on the Greylock trip, but when I got home, it was already dull. Yeah,
I mean it'll get you by, but as you'll see in the rest of the video, there's better knives. The one saving grace for this knife is this really nice nylon sheath.
It's very nice, and also, I don't know if you can feel it.
They can't feel it. They're on camera.
They're
watching.
If you could feel this, it's almost reinforced, and it fits the knife very well. It has a really easy button clasp thing right here, and it has a belt loop too, so you can put it on your belt.
Nice big belt loop.
Big, yeah. So
which is worth mentioning
for fat people who like to hike.
Well, no.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Well, yeah, maybe.
Because fat people hike.
Yeah, I know.
Not very well.
Guilty.
Yeah. It's alright.
I've had worse days. I don't know. I have this thing back.
Alright, so anyways.
But yeah, so for 14 bucks, you can get one of these at Walmart. They look cool. You can scare people with them.
Now, some negatives for it. It's a huge knife.
Yeah.
Not really carbon steel, so it doesn't hold an edge well. And upon using it, I found that the handle, although it looks great, is uncomfortable to use because the jimping is really, it's not, the edges aren't smooth at all. So
it locks your hand in, but it's definitely a rough knife.
It basically locks your hand in by stabbing it into your finger. But yeah, I mean, it's decent for 14 bucks.
For 14 bucks, you can have one of these, look cool.
Or you could have one of these.
Or you can move on down the line for the same $14.
We're a little biased, as you can tell.
You can get yourself one of these. So this right here is my knife. It's a Mora Classic #2.
How much was that for you?
This was 14 bucks. Actually, I paid less than that because I have Amazon Prime.
$14, which was the same price as what? This shitty-ish Coleman. And
I didn't even have to leave my house. I got to order this from the comfort of my own bedroom.
It's true. He doesn't leave his house at all, actually.
I'm shut in.
He hikes and then goes back to his house.
But what I do like about this is, first of all, the price. Amazing knife for $14.
Also, you know it's good because Cody Lundin uses the exact same knife.
Cody Lundin does use one of these. You know what I really like? I like that because you see all these survival experts going. You got Bear Grylls with his expensive
custom made. Even Les Stroud, I love the shit out of Les Stroud, but he's got a custom made Camillus knife.
Yeah, he's got that Camillus knife. It's like what, 70 bucks, 80 bucks.
You can get it 45 is one, and then the Arctic one is 75, and then it just goes.
Yeah, so true. I mean, Cody Lundin goes out there with a $14 knife, and I'll be honest with you, I like it more than the. I've seen the Bear Grylls knife at Walmart and at Target and stuff, and it looks like garbage. It has stuff. I don't like half serrated blades. I don't like half serrated blades. I think that's manufacturers do that because they have a cheap steel knife, and I mean, I don't know. I'm not crazy about it.
It makes it tough to sharpen,
yeah.
So the edge doesn't stay as long, and it's good for certain things, but it's terrible for others.
Yeah. So it's got a carbon steel blade, so it's really sharp and it holds its edge really well. But on the other side of that, carbon steel does rust, And I mean, you can do stuff to sort of prevent it. It's still gonna rust, unless you like keep it in the house and never actually use it. But what I did, you can actually tarnish the blade, and it gives you're kind of rusting it, like pre-rusting it, to keep it from rusting even more. So what I did, I actually stuck it into a potato for a whole night.
Stuck it into a potato.
Just right into the potato. Marsh potato. And in the morning, pulled it out, and it was nice and tarnished.
And if you don't like the way it looks too, just take some steel wool to it, and you can just kind of grind down the layer of rust.
Yeah, if you don't like that, you decide, oh, I want my knife nice and shiny again, yeah, a little steel wool, take it right off. You use the give and take there. I prefer carbon steel knives. You'll see in the other part of this video that I really like carbon steel knives. Another thing that's not great about it, no jimping, no finger guard. This is like I mean, this knife it's a death trap. I mean, it's an accident waiting to happen. Unless you use it properly, use it safely, keep it sharp. Because everybody knows, sharp knife is a safe knife. It's a Boy Scout thing. You didn't know anything about that, would you?
I'm not a Boy Scout.
Neither am I. I was, but not anymore.
I didn't have any friends. I'm totally kidding. He had friends.
Yeah, some friends. Another thing that's not great about it, this hard plastic piece of crap sheath.
It's all right. Just doesn't. I mean. It's pretty good. See, look at that. He was scared.
Yeah, I was terrified because you're gonna throw a freaking sharp ass knife.
It holds it well, but it's gross looking.
It's grody. This little loop right here is not made for a belt. It's made for a button on a pair of suspenders.
It even sucks on that.
But I mean, it's not really enough to get your belt through. Not that I care. I don't wear this knife. I mean, I keep it in my kit if I bring it at all. Cause I mean, I don't really have a use for a knife this big typically. But if we're doing just like camp stuff, it's nice for like little campcraft kind of things. But yeah, I love this knife. It's just you got to use it safely, or you can cut yourself quite easily. But if you're not as safe with your knife, there are other alternatives.
It's true. I'll talk about I'll talk about what is this guy?
The Mora
utility knife. This was $10. $10 as opposed to $14.
So it's the cheapest knife we have here, and you still get that same carbon steel blade, which is really nice.
Still the same company, Mora, made in Sweden, which is great. Carbon steel still. If you compare the blades, this blade is a tad bit shorter by maybe a quarter of an inch or so, but comes razor sharp, can shave hair off your arm. And the good thing about this knife, it doesn't have any jimping, but it has a nice finger guard.
Yeah.
Which is very convenient because the blades, after a while, they get a little, if you're using them a lot, your hands get sweaty, slippery, and then you end up cutting 6 of your fingers off.
It actually cuts 5 off, and then it switches hands and lops off another one.
Right, yeah. It was
just to finish you off. That's how they roll.
But, great knife. Also, I mean, not much else to say from what John already did say, but it holds an edge really well. I actually opened a steel can with this, and it still cut through paper at an angle and chopped everything up, and then I just sharpened it back up. It's also, on that note, it's very easy to sharpen again. Another good thing about this knife too, the case of it is, I mean, it's the same button loop case, but it locks the knife in really well. Like you can actually hear it clicks in, and it just shakes. It has enough give room, but it fits the. It's nice over here. It fits it really well, but it's still that hard plastic kind of that crappy kind of. I don't know. It doesn't. It's
you can. I mean, if you can shove your belt through it. I mean, you're gonna rip your belt, or you're gonna break the sheath.
Yeah.
So I mean, but for what they're designed for fisherman knives, going over the button, they're excellent. I mean, that's what they're made for. They're not exactly made for backpacking, you know.
Now this, another Mora. As you can tell, we're very Mora partial because we love Moras. They're cheap and they're great knives. This is the Mora Companion. This is also $14, but if you notice this right here, let me just show you right here. Look, see that's my pocket? Hooked into my pocket, just like that. And it's got this nice little thing, so look. Yeah, it takes a lot to get it out. This is also a Mora. This is a lot bigger of a blade, as you can tell, compared to this. It's about maybe a quarter of an inch bigger. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it looks much more menacing.
It looks massive,
yeah. But it also has a little bit of a finger guard here. The best thing about this I like is it has a rubberized handle. So it's not slippery, it's squeezy, it has a little bit of give to it so you can squeeze it and it won't hurt your finger if you're using it a lot. And it also, at the end of it, it kind of curves up, so it's not really jimping, but you can put your thumb in and have something to actually dig your thumb into so you can carve really nicely. Another carbon steel blade, Swedish grind, sharp as a razor, you can chop your hair. And it's reliable because it's carbon steel, so I mean, I have yet to use this in an actual camping setting, but I'm sure it's going to be great because we both had Moras and we both used them. We both beat the shit out of them and they work well. But also the sheath is another plastic sheath, but they finally just did something right about it. They have a proper
belt clip on it.
And if you notice on the back here, it has a button loop too, so you can still loop it like you normally would.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
That's something I didn't even say. These things
on my chest
work excellent as a neck knife. If you watch, I mean, any of the survival shows, especially Dual Survival,
Coleman has it around his neck at all times.
Where's his neck knife? He's a big dude, so I mean, it doesn't look as. I mean, on me, it kind of looks massive. On him, it's not so much bigger.
Yeah.
But
which is nice, and it's nice to know that these sheaths are easy out, easy in.
Yep.
And they lock in. So what I like to do is like to put it on the strap of my pack. So if it's right here, it's literally within access all the time. Oh, just chop my finger off, not really. But yeah, so that's 4 knives, all under 20 bucks, all fixed blade. 1 stainless steel and 3 carbon steel alternatives to whatever you already have.
And Mora does make stainless steel knives. I think they're a little. I mean, I haven't.
They're about 25 bucks.
They're a little bit more. They don't.
25 bucks for a fixed blade, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Chump change.
I mean, there's knives out there that are in the hundreds.
Dave Canterbury's knife is $400 and something. Cody Lundy's knife,
$14. That's. I mean, that right there. I mean, it shows me a lot. If a survival expert this is his go-to knife, I mean that shows me right there without even touching it that I think it's a good knife.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that you see Bear Grylls out there rocking his own knives.
Les does,
but his knife is. I mean, again, it's an expensive.
Les Stroud's also a G. But
I love that man.
I admit, what?
Les Stroud, if you ever watch this video, I want to meet you.
Both of us do, and we want to shake the shit out of your hand.
Yeah.
And we want to go somewhere with you and survive, because that'd be awesome.
I don't even care if I survive.
Yeah, I would die. I'd be like, you know what,
I would die for you.
Anyways, so yeah, we're going to post all the links. We'll post one in this corner, this corner, this corner, and this corner. Since there's 4 knives, we can conveniently post 4 links, so you can actually go to Amazon and find all 4 knives. If you don't want to go by the links, you can literally go to Amazon and type in Mora knife or Google backpacking knife, and 3 out of the 4 will show up. This, not so much because it's Coleman. Coleman's not really known for its knife, but it's still a decent knife.
Yeah. I mean, Coleman's like a. I mean, they're a good brand. I mean, I own a lot of Coleman equipment, and it holds up well.
They're universal.
It's fairly inexpensive as far as camping equipment goes, and it works. You know, but you're not going to be, if you go out and buy this one over these 3 because you like how it looks. You're not going to be sorry.
Yeah, it's
going to work for you.
It's still a good knife. That's the knife I use in my bug out bags. I mean, it's good. But if you have any questions, comments, protests, put them in the comments below.
Recipes. Anybody got a good like bundt cake recipe?
Oh, I love bundt cake.
I'll be all over that. A little icing.
But yeah, we'll see you next week. We'll be talking about more knives. We love knives.
More knives, though.
Not Mora
knives. More knives.